Handcuffed to the massive, guys. Boom! Welcome back to another Vibrations on the one and only Mystelics reaction, guys. Big up the Mystelics YouTube family for definitely jumping by and saying, Mystelics, we are in the building, as well as the newcomers that are peeping in. Peoples, come and sit down. I have several seats, brothers and sisters. You guys must be wondering, why is City Boom 4? Well, actually, somebody told me yesterday they missed it, so I had to drop it again, guys. Boom! Welcome back to another Vibrations right there, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you have not done so, and subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through, guys. This reaction is going to be a rather interesting one right there, so let us get into it, guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. Let us get into the Vibrations right there. I saw this clip which was rather interesting to me, guys, and I figured, hey, let me just put it out there. Let me make sure this thing is better than it is at present, man. I don't like the way this is looking. It looks pretty lame. So let us fix it, brothers and sisters. Let us fix it up. Yes, hi. All right then. Anyways, guys, let's get into it. Right, this is a rather skit, and I think it's interesting. I'll talk about it in a moment. Let's get it.
Yo, how's the estate, boss? Yeah, estate $10. $10? I took.
Let's go back.
Yo, how's the estate, boss? Yeah, estate $10. $10? I took come up for that nonsense today there. All this stuff already. PMC, boss say go up. My brother, make yourself at the back. Have enough space at the back there, my brother. I took come up for that there. Make yourself have enough space.
Where enough space? Hey, they jam pack all kind of thing. Oh, I think somebody took a seat. This is actually people in front there. So there's this person, this person, this person, and that is this seat that the person has to pay $10 for. Well, it's not this seat you're paying for. You're paying for the journey. Let's go. Oh, man, your left cheek cramp.
Boy, all you man wicked. It's not about wicked, my brother. My granny died. My granny leave a piece of for me, and I hate to build on that. Now is the best time.
Bus driver making ding dong. Now is the time. You never know, things might change. They might bring it back down saying it's too much for the people.
My boy. But I must make more than all you, my brother.
Yeah, bus drivers making ding dong. I used to think fishermen is the ones. Well, it seems like bus drivers come back in the fisherman making a lot of money when they fish to go outside. Guys, there's a dirty piece of change. Guys, you know anything about the tuna business? Hey, that is probably one of the most lucrative businesses. Tuna, fishing, and crab. But the lobster, I would have to say, not crab. It's not the partner from thing that build house and says crab. He's crab. He used to build his apartment building. And nobody don't know. But that is something else. But it's lobster, brothers and sisters. Big lobsters right there. Fish and lobster is one of the big businesses in the Caribbean. Well, apparently in Dominica, mind you. And apparently bus drivers are back in action again.
I make 2,000 yesterday only. I make 2,000.
2,000 yesterday.
I make 2,000 today. But I must build on all you, my brother.
Must
build a house on all you. Come
yeah,
inside, because you're making things hard for me. My brother hopped on the bus.
I good boy. I feel disrespect.
I think that's Kenny G voice.
I good boy.
Oh, when the police tell him come out there or something like that, so he was feeling, you know, why is he what he use? He's still.
I feel disrespectful this morning.
He feel disrespectful. He meant disrespected, but he say he feel disrespectful. He full of disrespect, man. Hey, but I know, guys, we complain about thing, but apparently all kind of things are happening in this day and age. Look, so you might say, but I don't pay in boss, let me go and get my bike. And well, sometimes this individual will end up in a predicament there, brothers and sisters. A predicament. So there was an accident. I can't remember where this accident was, but they're talking about Wesley area and all those kind of things. That let's move on a bit. So there's a bike that apparently was overtaken and slammed into a bus. He was trying to overtake. Let's get into the vibe. Let's see what happened.
Yes, I remember.
Oh shoot. Okay. Hopefully you don't see that.
They were overtake or something now.
Yeah, he overtook. The guy on the bike overtook a vehicle. This vehicle, I think. This vehicle looked like it's tampered with, so most likely this vehicle, you overtook this vehicle and end up hitting a bus. And well,
Boy.
he's alive, by the way, guys. He's alive. He's okay. He gets some serious injuries.
So what happened? I overtake or something?
Well, he, the one on the bike who was passing, he didn't come up the hill and didn't realize he was trying to overtake me.
So he was overtaking her.
We didn't realize the bus was coming.
And didn't realize that the bus was coming the other day. It's not just overtake. Some of us just want to just overtake, man. It's not just about overtaking, brothers and sisters. You have to be careful when you go in. Take your time, see if it clear. If it don't clear, go back inside. What you want to overtake for?
The bus hit him and
Send him.
Send him, bro. And you bikes don't have much protection. I sure the guy don't have his protection on him. His helmet, and you have helmet now?
Yeah, man, guys. I say, G, you there? Boy, are you you running, but you have to end up working now.
I was right off. Yeah, man.
Something else.
Where's
Guys,
Wesley gonna send all the roads away?
that is an interesting talk that they're actually having. Where to send him? Should they send him to Wesley? I think Wesley is a bit closer, but they're saying that Wesley is gonna send him to Roseau. So why don't just send him to Roseau? My big question here is, why isn't Wesley equipped with the necessary stuff? Why individuals have to say, don't send him Wesley, send him to Roseau? Why isn't Wesley equipped with this kind of things? If you're gonna make recommendations to send him to Roseau.
You can talk referral and people dying. But you can talk and say referral and people dying. Boy, Roseau, the man have to go. No boy, you can go West with me, sir.
So Roseau, they're saying Roseau, that is the best place to take him.
Going.
That is, his foot seems to have some sort of injury.
So die the man and die with.
Take that man down Roseau and let the people.
But of course, why you
Let them do the paperwork down.
that no man, the man
Paperwork they're talking about.
can go so. But Wesley going and send them Roseau. Referral. So if I was but the crazy man. See,
Well, I mean, the paramedics, there are some paramedics and individuals, well, I say paramedics, there are some individuals dressed in a medical uniform that came there to assist him. I guess the ambulance people came to assist him and stuff, and I guess they would figure out, you know, maybe we should go Wesley to stabilize him and then send him to Roseau. I mean, or is he okay to travel to Roseau? What exactly is Wesley closer? What exactly is going on right there? This seems to be somewhere on the east. Because even if this was on the west, say this is like Collier somewhere, don't send him Portsmouth, send him Roseau. Send him Roseau. Portsmouth self, they call themselves smart and really that alone.
Wesley.
If you think, do the paperwork for you, please. Alright? I don't want to see another one to take dead body. They have
Lucy, hold you know. Hold you know, don't breathe too hard. You check.
So he's actually talking to the guy right there. The guy is alive, but he has some injuries, you know, you cannot move him and whatnot. See, he's awake. It's just that, you know, his body is probably backfiring, you know, with a lot of, you know.
Yeah, man, Mr.
So what is the paramedic? Why is he doing standing over him like what?
That's how we going road.
Boy, all you okay? All you
Boy, guys, hey. What is he doing standing over the man? For what reason are you standing over the man? Oh my God in heaven. I have never seen that, guys. I'm Red Cross certified. I have a number of understandings. I have a number of certificates when it comes down to the medical field. I have never seen that ever done in my entire life. This standing over an injured individual.
public and pass on. Oh, they may call police already.
Yeah. So guys, it's a rather interesting stuff right there. But the guy's doing okay. We'll get back to this, guys. I also saw another thing right there that took place in the Caneville region. And I believe this is it. Yes, this is it right there, guys. So this apparently is one of the airport trucks. I don't know who was driving it, but that person, maybe the eyes got clash. Couldn't see they going straight, they going sideways. You know, when the eyes got clash, guys, you think you're going straight. And it's so you know, so it could be that. Maybe one of the Chinese individuals driving it. I don't know what's driving it, but maybe the person I was cocklash. Or the person go and sleep. How you end up there? You must probably on your phone, maybe. You must be on your phone, man. If your eyes not cocklash, you was on your phone. Anyways, this was not Caneville, no? It's Caneville below Mount Daniel area, close to Auto Trade area right there, guys. Guy going straight, the guy just decided, you know what, let me go and take a breather. Anyways, guys, so that's what happened, I think, yesterday right there. Anyways, the police on the Portsmouth situation involving this young man right there, what is that, Al Samura, they must have given him a kind of African name, Samura. That name's. Anyways, let's continue right there.
The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force is currently investigating a road traffic collision which claimed the life of one man from Portsmouth. On Saturday, the 11th.
For those of you who are new to this here, this is I think about an hour and a few minutes to an hour after when he lost, you know, his life.
Day of March 2023, about 6:40 p.m. Al Samora Knight, male 33 years of Zikak, Portsmouth, was standing on the western side of a public road at Holland Street in Zikak, Portsmouth, when he was struck by a motor vehicle. The driver of that motor vehicle failed to bring the vehicle to us.
Before I continue, guys, let me see something there. They say all motor vehicle that look like is a P number there, PZ043.
Stop after the collision and
so if the police need help, PZ043. Okay?
drove away from the scene. The driver is currently being sought by the police.
I thought yesterday Mr. was in custody. Mr. They look at Jiman yet? So that means, and I was told that this is a St. Lucian man. So apparently this guy was working for this guy in the vehicle right there. So for those of you who don't know, he was working for this guy in the vehicle. And this guy kept not paying him his monies. So this guy saw him and decided to go behind him for his money. That's what happened right there.
Meanwhile,
and then after the confrontation, you know, later on this guy decided to jam him. Who is this guy right there?
Knight was found lying on the street with apparent serious head injuries. He was transported to the Reginald Fitzroy Armour Hospital in Portsmouth.
It is one thing to be steady. You cannot be wrong and strong. You owe the man money. You owe the man money. It doesn't matter what you owe the man money. The man vex if the man come for his money. You don't want to give the man money. Instead, you give the man his money. You decide to jam him. And that most likely as a result of you probably feeling like you should do something because he come behind you for the money that you owe him. Yesterday I mentioned that same thing. Render. A lot of people have problems because they do not want to listen to the Most High, you know. The great book says, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's. Give people what is. Guys, I remember one time I owe somebody $3.50 and I could not rest, you know. It was juice I had gone take. I checked my pocket. I didn't have any money in my pocket. My money was in my bag. And I went and I took the juice. I said, hey bro, I'll organize you. And I went and I could not rest, knowing that I owe somebody. That is something. How people must do that there, boy? To owe people money and you're feeling at peace. No, you take the man's life. You take the man's life.
via
The man is the mother's only son.
ambulance, where he was examined and pronounced dead by a medical doctor that same evening. The body is being kept at a funeral home.
See the man alive, the boy never knew he was going to end. This is what I always tell people, to be prepared when you... Hey! People doesn't listen, boy. Human beings, something else, eh? It is really indeed stated that somebody can raise from the dead and come and warn people. They will still not listen. But human beings, something else, eh? Prepare to meet the Most High, because we all will, whether you believe him or not. You must meet him. You'd have a baby to that, you know. Play fly still. Look the man running up and down there, trying to get his money, never knowing that a few minutes later he will be cut off, never to return. Boy, you mad. Life is indeed like a vapor. That is the expanse of man's life, like a vapor. But then for that to be cut short, you didn't have the full-fledged to live as long as the time of a vapor comes into fruition. A vapor, that is it. In the vast expanse of time, people don't understand that. We live in 70 years. There are certain bugs in our lifetime that they're living for 30 minutes. They're born and they live for 30 minutes and that's it. In our life, that is how our life is, in relative to the expanse in time of the entire universe. And people don't understand that when the great book says man's life is like a vapor, that is a literal statement. The man running up and down there trying to get his money. Though today they're reading the man.
Pending an autopsy. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force expresses its sincere condolences to the family and friends.
Rest in peace, Rest in peace. Guys, I know Mr. I know him. Talking about the different struggles that I used to have. I used to go by his house, man, and talk to him. Sometimes his mother would tell me, talk to him. I'll go and talk to him, have a little conversation and try to get him on par and get his knowledge. He's not a foolish guy. He knows a lot of things, but as a result of the struggles of society and the economy, sometimes people don't know where to go, what to do. You owe the man his money, little money the man getting, you refuse. The man probably have light bill to pay. You have a number of things, probably you have to help his mother on this kind of things there. And you took his life. Now you're on the run because of something foolish you have done. This is why I always advocate that there be proper father figures in homes. Because if fellas grow up, little boys growing up, without the proper responsibility of how to have emotional intelligence, or knowing how to control their emotions, so that when people are trying to, you have to know how to understand, hey, okay, this is the consequences of my actions. Let me not do this. Let me not act on my emotions or my feelings. If fellas do not grow up with proper father figures in their homes, or somebody that can actually help them, they will become utter chaos. Look, this guy is running. This is new video under a post made. It was no accident. He willingly took our life using his vehicle as a means of a weapon. He needs to be put down. This is why individuals were advocating for the death penalty, because he literally did this. It's not mistake you make and jam somebody. Oh, I didn't see you. You literally did this. You're on the run and you think the consequence of all your actions would not warrant you thinking, hey, guys, maybe this would have happened if something had happened to this guy and it was my fault. You don't think. We don't think, guys. My tell you, boy. Anyways, this person, he said, I agree. I second you on that. Lucian do too much shit in the place. Don't know why he even still here. You work the man and don't pay him. He rough you up for his money and you took his life. And you self-owing people. How can a man sit within himself and say, boy, I make somebody come and work for me and I don't have the money to pay them? Or you so wicked, you're looking for the feeble-minded ones, those who really need it, to come and do whatever you want them to do, pay them whatever, probably even didn't even pay the man, or would have paid the man the right wage that is due unto him. You look for those who are in need. That's what is happening in the world, you know. They look for poor countries. Boy, I tell you, if all you understand how the world works, and look at it from a micro point of view and a macro point of view, you will understand not to make people take advantage of you. But then again, when you live in an economy that is caused by the very leaders at the top, man, what can you do but take what you get? Now the guy's gone, you on the run. He probably go in St. Lucia, probably try to dig out as soon as he can to go back to St. Lucia, to avoid his dirty ways for what he has caused. And it is fully his fault, because you owe the man money, you didn't pay him. So you caused that, the effect of which you also caused by using your vehicle to take the man's life. You may not have intended it to, but vehicles were not meant to hit people. There might be mistakes that happen. There might be mistakes that happen. A thought came to mind of an incident I was going to say, but let me leave that alone. There might be mistakes that happen, but when you willfully do that, justice needs to be served. And it's a heck of a thing when a number of things tend to happen and justice isn't served. You wonder what the police is doing. What is the police doing? Instead, they go out and do research and whatnot. They're waiting for somebody to call them in the station and say, hey, this is what happening. What they doing now? Guess let me leave that alone. Eh? Now, this man, young man, full of potential, you know, he's gone. He's gone, guys. He's gone. He can never return again. Never return again. Once you live this life, that's it. For this life, because after death is the judgment. It's not a situation where a guy was owing another man's money. Maybe I should blow that up before you to come for me. You guys will listen to what's going on in the thing. You see me, I have a mindset. I get to just now. I want my more niches. Okay, so this guy is saying he don't mind taking a jail. So you don't mind depleting your own self. This is what I'm talking about. Having you letting your feelings take over you. You're letting your feelings, you have emotional intelligence when it comes down to your feelings. I'm willing to take away my own freedom to go and sit in a cell for somebody that owing you money. Pay people their money. That's my point. But don't cause yourself to be in harm's way. And I understand sometimes the frustration can get you in this hard economy. I understand. But owing you money and you have bills to pay. You have probably mouths to feed. Even your own self you have to feed. Because a man don't pay you his money, you vex with him. Ah, boy. Give me my money, Chief. Chief, I don't give a fuck. Give me my money, Chief. Sorry about the language. Hopefully I take out the language, guys. Give me my money, boy. And the guy is calling his mother. He's calling his mother. Boy, tell you, boy, help us, boy, help us. So you calling your mother, you a grown man. Calling your mother. Boy, where we be, boy, in society, boy? You calling your mother as a grown man. One thing I understand about biology, guys, in man's value increasing, brothers and sisters, as a man get older and older. If a man is not knowledgeable about where he's at, he will end up in this particular predicament. But as a man gets older, his value increases as a result of the resources that he's able to acquire in understanding how things work. Usually in biology, women get their value at birth. This is why it's important for women to keep their value, not just that's the best way I can put it. Not just squander your value all over the place. Keep your value. It's important to do that. So women acquire their value as they get older. But some people don't understand that system and constantly waste their time. Sometimes some people constantly just decide, hey, let me just go and buy rum. Let me just go and buy rum. Rum. Marshall say rum. Every day is rum for them. I remember 2 individuals actually stopped from doing that. One of them actually developed himself. I see he always asking me for things. I say, bro, I always, every Saturday when I pass that day, I must see you drinking a bottle. How much bottle did you drink last time? 5 bottles. I say, bro, if you was taking that money and saving that money to do something better with it, you would have been much better. It take him a little, probably 2 or 3 Saturdays after he meet me again and we talk. We sit down and say, okay, this is what you can do, bam, bam, boom, bam. Save up your money, see what you can do there. What is your rent, your expenses, everything like that. Talk to the boy. Today, the boy bought a bus. Had somebody running his bus for him. Boy going for his land. No, he bought his land and is about to build his house at present. There was another guy I met after coming down from karaoke. I decided to walk. Walking is good sometimes, man. Sometimes it's like a strange phenomenon. But anyways, brothers and sisters, walking. So me and this guy walking on the road, probably like 12:30. No, that was after 1. Walk down, Picard, and walking. I met him. He sees my videos and stuff. So we talking. The boy say he showed me the money. He had about $800. The boy tell me he can blow that money. He can buy rum. He go and meet his fellas. He can treat his fellas. I say, my brother, so what have you done with yourself? He say, why? What else is there to do in the nature? I say, my brother, come on. Save that money. Do something with that money. He say he go no man sleep. After I talk to him and he say he go no man sleep. I never heard about him afterwards in that regard. But you can do something, guys. I remember seeing a post. Let me just let that player continue.
My money was. Just take me right now. I don't take blood in drugs. I don't take my money to my performance star and my sell my phone.
$20, we give the man his $20 now, please. And why you asking your mother to give you $20? What kind of state you have to be getting $20 at that state? Guys, it's one thing I mentioned, like I was talking about a while ago. There was a post that I saw on WhatsApp, and people were talking about, the post was referencing getting $1 million. It's very hard to get $1 million. I say getting $1 million is not hard. If you are disciplined enough to utilize your money properly and look at ways and means where your money can actually work for you, you can get $1 million very easy. Not in this economy though. Not in Dominica. Unless you need trucking business, bus business, fishing business, the government workers, or you will never make it. I'm just saying. So because you understand the system, you just constantly live in the work where people are constant. But I tell you, boy, humans to understand what it's like being on a hamster wheel. Humans on a hamster wheel. Not realizing they can actually get off and open the cage open. Leave if you have to leave. Most people I know who are left Dominica have made it. There are some who could have made it, but they just form in the royal donkey, end up in jail and all kind of thing. They deport you and all kind of magie. Those who I know people who have grind for 5 years overseas. Going overseas is not always grass is greener, especially where you end up. But if you constantly have the mind for him to grind and the opportunities, there are more opportunities available. Parents have asked me what they should do with their children. When parents asking you what you should do with your children, I tell them send them overseas, because Dominica not going anywhere any soon. Dominica not going nowhere soon. If you have to leave your child, say, oh, you can stick it out. Stick it out, yes, stick it out. But your child will be in 10 years the same position that they are, not even worse. I have seen it in front of my eyes. I have seen it. Parents ask me where send the I tell them where they can send the little ones where there are opportunities and stuff. Some of them listening, some of them about to do that, some of them have done that. When your youth is elevating overseas, hopefully they don't follow bad company. But when your youth is following, I'm doing what they need to do overseas, they can then send monies back to you from overseas. You have your little ones here in Dominica doing what? Doing what? Going to look for NEP. I will never forget when my partner leaves school overseas. He didn't listen to me. He said he can handle it, blah, blah, blah. He backside and not back in Dominica. NEP pick him up. You get your degree overseas, gun study, and his NEP had to come back on in Dominica. Okay, he stayed there for a little while, but he left. Smart guy. Smart guy. Anyways, guys, if you owe people money, give people their money, please. Look at. Now you're on the run, feeling like you're big and strong. That is one of the things that we understand in the ghetto environment. You know, I've been around a number of persons. I've been around rich people, poor people. Guys, let me leave that. But I've been around all kind of people, brothers and sisters. And one of the things you must have in life is an understanding of your feelings. If you don't have that, in problem. This is one of the reasons why if the mafia operated the way and they were most successful, because they didn't allow their feelings to get the best of them. Is when they allowed the external people to come in now, who were mixing their feelings, did not grow up with proper father figures and all these kind of things, brought chaos into the mafia community. Anyways, I'll leave that alone. Alright then. But yes, guys, it is important to understand how things work, and when you owe people, give them the money, please. If you had just listened to what the Bible had stated, you would not have been in the predicament right there, on the run, and another guy would have not been, taken. Guys, incidents and situations tend to happen, but it's important that we use our brain. God give us a brain for a reason, not for us to just hit for long. We get drunk and just hit our head not to hit your head on the floor. That's not what you're there for. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts, man. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. This is pretty much all about for this here reaction video. I was gonna do a different reaction video, but I had to drop this one right there. Anyways, with that said right there, give subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get more videos as they tend to come through. Tune in for the next one tomorrow. Hopefully I drop that one that I was gonna drop tomorrow. And of course, subscribe and turn on that post notification. I would appreciate that right there and then. And thumbs up, the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that as well. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Sup your dirty ways, man.